Hey guys, welcome to the video. Thought I'd do a little live action introduction to the toy hunt this week because I think nothing slows down the momentum of a toy hunt like when you guys click on it, seeing a nice little action shot from the shop, and then the video starts with like a minute of me wobbling on like I'm doing right now with that thumbnail image. It's boring, isn't it? So I thought at least this way we've got a bit of a human element to it. It's like we're having a conversation. It's like I can feel your breath on my face. So the setup for this fig hunt is that it took place the week after the last fig hunt that I uploaded, where I correctly predicted that Karrion Kross was going to be reduced to a $5 in Smyths. I went back, that was on a Thursday, I went back the following Tuesday to get Kross, and Rhea Ripley had also been reduced to a $5, and I was thinking about developing my women's division a bit more, so I was looking at getting her as well. I also went to the B&M directly next door, to the Asda across the road, and to this massive charity shop just around the corner, so we got a bit of footage from those too. Alright guys, let's go. Let's get into it. So first of all, here I am in Asda, and I didn't really expect to see much in here, but we were just in here anyway, so I thought I'd take a look at the toy aisle. And to be honest, Asda toy aisle is a lot better than it has been in recent years. You know, they got a lot of pop figures in here now. I'm sure it's a lot of fun for kids. We've got the Kamala Khan there. I think I looked at this because I'd seen it reduced to like £3 or £5 or something ridiculous recently. Yeah, I remember when the supermarkets used to have like Tesco, Morrison's, Asda, they all used to have wrestling figures. I picked up my Deluxe Aggression Shawn Michaels in the early days of my collecting career in this exact store. But, you know, angry old man shakes fist at cloud moment. We've got those Pokemon figures there, some really cute Pokemon promo cards there. And some Minecraft figures. I never really did look into my Minecraft animated videos that I thought about doing more of. And I took a look at the Nerf guns. That's something I've been thinking about doing a video on recently, my Nerf gun collection. And then we've got this standard Funko figures, which extends the Funko options, but generally not really anything of interest there. And then we are in Daisy Chain, which is a really cool charity shop. It is enormous. The idea of this charity shop is excellent. The main issue with it is just that there is never really anything all that great. So I saw this Guitar Hero guitar to like genuinely interested in picking it up because they are kind of expensive. But I needed an Xbox One. That's a Wii one. It was of no use. And as you can see here, the toy section is always chaotic in here because they know it's not worth tidying up because kids are just going to come in and wreck it again. Oh yeah, I spotted this little Nano Figures Ultimate Warrior, so can't say I've never found wrestlers in here. Yeah, there's just generally not really anything of interest in here. I've picked up a couple of things from here in the past, but and it's another place to go to purely because it's so big. But you know, the quality of the content in the charity shop has never really been that great. But it did give me an idea for a YouTube channel just because there was so much music gear in here. There's a really faded Buckaroo. So we had this this acoustic guitar, this Squire guitar, £15. Just seemed a little bit expensive for a charity shop. There was another acoustic guitar, which I apparently don't have footage of, and there was a couple of organs as well, and it made me think, like, some of my favourite YouTube channels are ones where they just take whatever gear, you know, whatever gear it is their channel's about, and kind of just look at it and review it, whatever weird stuff. And I'd love to be able to start a music channel where I just buy music gear that I find in charity shops and test it all out. Like, I just buy everything I find and test it out, see how it goes. I don't have the room living at home, and I don't really have the finances either at this point. And here you can see the ridiculousness of their DVD section. It's getting out of hand. Like, can you imagine actually going through all of these DVDs? And you can see here they had some interesting children's t-shirts in here that I just sort of kept catching my eye around the store. We had 3 Count Wrestling, which is like a local wrestling promotion, Van Halen, and Star Wars. Anyway, next up we're going to get into the main footage. This is Smyths, of course. So I've realised as well with this and another toy hunt video that I need to get better at capturing the moments where I'm surprised by something I see. And that would be great if I could sort my GoPro out and start using that again for these things. Because there was something very interesting on the clearance table that caught my attention straight away and dragged me over. And that's why I was looking at these £3 Arcade and Lady Deathstrike Marvel Legends figures. And I figured for £3, I can't really rule out potential tomfoolery with arcade in my figure fed. But the important thing that had drawn me over was these £10 Hikaru Shida AEW figures. Now on my previous toy hunt, I'd seen these two reduced to 15. And ever since then, I kept seeing Shida's posts recommended, posts about Shida recommended on Instagram. And I thought, you know what, if that was a tenner, I'd probably pick it up. And then a few days later, maybe even a day later, I went in. There's the two Shidas for a tenner. I didn't think my friend Tomo was going to get there in time to get the other one, so I picked up both. And I treated myself to a Lady Deathstrike as well, because I thought, for £3, yeah, why not? I mean, I kind of regret it, because part of the reason I picked it up was because it has Build-A-Figure parts and it might appreciate in value in the future. But it's such an obscure character, and I also need to start thinking of things as an investment in space, as well as an investment in money. They also had these Asda pop figures for £3, but I really need to stop buying pop figures of like pop figures I actually like, never mind random ones that are just £3. And that's why I also didn't pick up this kooky Space Ghost Funko Soda figure as well. So just after visiting the clearance table on my way in, I needed a basket, which was lucky there was one by the till, because I didn't know where else there was supposed to be. And then we carried on with the fig hunt. So at the time they had just gotten in Unmatched Series 6, so that was interesting, and they still have reduced Dustin Rhodes, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Miro, and Lance Archer. I mean, they have plenty of Lance, and to be honest I think he's going to have to get reduced to a tenner now, and I'm going to have to put off picking him up. And there's a little bit of an overview there. Apparently I decided to point at this authentic scale ring, but I have absolutely no recollection of why. Took a look at these £12 Askas, but there's so many of them, I was like, these are definitely getting reduced further, so I just left it for the time being. And that was the point where I realised I hadn't seen any Karrion Kross or Rhea Ripley yet. And to be honest, they probably should have been on the clearance table if they had any. Like, I probably should have seen them straight away. Maybe that's even why I looked at the clearance table in the first place when the Shidas caught my eye. I had a little look at the Build-A-Figure series figures, as I quite often do when I'm in there, just to torture myself a little bit about whether I want to get them or not. And then I thought I'd just have a quick look over the Star Wars stuff, and then into Spider-Man and then Marvel Legends and whatnot. Had to take a look at that figure of the man Jonah Jameson. My brother's a massive JJ fan, so I've thought about buying him this figure in the past. And then of course there's the obligatory look at the pop figure wall, and these flocked Vulpixes caught my eye. Some of the Pokemon pop figures were really cool. In fairness, I'm kind of glad I didn't get them in the end because of lack of space, but that flocked Vulpix looks really cool. And then at the end here where the Pokemon cards are, these people seem to be talking as if they kind of knew about Pokemon TCG, but also kind of didn't have a fucking clue about it. It was very confusing. Again, because of like silly Star Wars memes and stuff, I was tempted to get this Lobot figure for my brother as well. And then we move into B&M, and I managed to get some footage of what I was trying to show you guys last time with the toy hunt of trying to get into B&M, trying to get past people to get into B&M. The mobility scooter can't be helped, but look at all these people just stood around. Actually, I have a great example of this on my next toy hunt, which will come out next week rather than in 2 weeks' time. Alas, not that I was expecting much, but literally nothing has changed since the last time I was in this B&M on the previous fig hunt. They literally might have not even sold a single Elite since then. More or less the exact same stuff. But at least the figures are stood up and well presented this time. And I went round to that second facing that I'd discovered on the previous toy hunt, and that was considerably worse than it was on the previous toy hunt, in both quality and, as you can see down there, presentation. But oh well. So, with that all being resolved, I guess we'll head back to my room, you lucky people, and see what I've ended up taking home. Apart from you, obviously. So, now we've returned to the Disaster Dome, let's talk about what we picked up on this figure hunt. It's safe to say I didn't get what I went for, nor did I expect to come home with what I did, but we picked up one of these £3 arcade figures. Like I say, as soon as I saw that £3 price sticker, I was like, what? And yeah, this was coming home with me. I can't rule out potential tomfoolery with this arcade figure, stick him in as your general manager, have him put your wrestling company under some kind of lockdown, play some sinister games with your wrestlers. It'll be a laugh, you know, it's worth having around. And if nothing else, he could see some use, or will see some use, in my junk box animation series. If you ever get any ideas for that, maybe he'll lead to some, who knows. I figured for the sake of £3, I may as well pick up the Lady Deathstrike as well. I figured it's got Build-A-Figure parts and that, so there's a chance it'll get value later on. She could be used as a villain for Junk Box as well, and I figured, you know, may as well pick her up. It's only £3. I did actually think about picking up some more copies of Arcade to sell on, because you could still get these for £15 on eBay. You could still get those to sell for £15 on eBay. But in the end, I thought I'm not really in the mood to sort of pick up a load of figures, and I don't really have the space to store them just for the sake of making a couple of pound on them. If it was a bit hotter on reselling right now, I would 100% have done that, but instead I thought I'd just leave that for other people to pick up. The Build-A-Figure character is kind of obscure. It's kind of incredibly obscure. I've never heard of them. I'm assuming it's some kind of X-Men Wendigo, but I actually honestly don't know. Either way, you know, it's Build-A-Figure, so someone will want it at some stage. Someone will need the parts, and then we'll stick them on eBay and so on and so forth. So they were the first two things we picked up. And the other two things that we picked up, making this a total purchase of £26, was the two £10 Hikaru Shidas. They don't actually both fit in there. Should we just put them in side by side there? In fact, let's just take the Marvel Legends figures out and push them to the back. So, partly because I keep getting recommended her Instagram posts and Instagram posts by other people of her, I kind of thought, you know, if she'd have got put down to £10, I would definitely take one home with me. But given that there was two in Smyths the last time I was in there, on the last Smyths toy hunt, and the fact that they had just been reduced to £15 and there was only two left, I figured, yeah, that probably won't happen. And then this was the first thing I saw at the top of the clearance table today, so I picked this up. As I say, I picked up the other one for a friend, didn't think he'd get there in time. And yeah, it's, you know, it's a really cool figure. The head is really well done for an AEW figure, I'd like to say. It looks more kind of like an actual, like a different figure. Like your AEW series, they kind of got like kind of glossy plastic heads, whereas the Shida, it looks more like a painted head really. But yeah, anyway, that about wraps it up. So we got the two Shidas, the Arcade, and the Deathstrike figure for a total of £26. So we've, not too late on, put my worries to rest about doing loads of toy hunts where I just don't pick anything up. We've picked up a bunch of stuff I didn't intend to get on the way out. And that being said, if you were still watching at this point to watch the recap, then thank you for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, so it would be fantastic if there's people out there who do watch a lot of my videos but aren't subscribed. It would be great if you guys just subscribed. It makes my ego tingle a little bit every time I see a single subscriber added on to the end of that number. And we flew through the road to 500 so quickly that I'd love to get onto the road to 1k. But yeah, anyway, that'll more or less round out this video. So look, thank you guys for watching again. And if you did enjoy this, check out the rest of the Toy Hunt playlist. That'll be in the end credits and in the caption below. Thank you guys once again for watching, and goodbye.